Hi, beautiful people. These are just my random thoughts, and I wanted to touch a little bit on these executive orders that have been coming out since Donald Trump has been in the office. Because I've been hearing a lot of things. Now, I did a poll asking if the Republican Party was evil, if you guys felt that way. And quite surprisingly, the results are pretty even. One of the choices was, are both parties? But it was like Republicans. Wait, what did I say? Let me go to my poll. Darn it. Hang on. Turn down my volume. Now, I'm not gonna hold you. It's been a minute since I have done actual commentary, and tonight's not gonna be the night that I start because YouTube, trying to get things back going with YouTube. But before I get into that, let me look at my poll. So, hey, Burn Dog, just touching lightly on this subject, and I'm gonna get out of here. I'm not gonna hold you. Okay, so I did a poll. Do you feel Republicans are evil? 29% of you said yes. I think this was my most even poll that I've ever did, right? The closest poll. 38% of you said no, and 34% of you said both parties are. What did I just say? My comments. So don't comment. So I don't know. I was in a stream earlier and I happened to give some of my views about taxes. And a lot of times where I'm in different streams, I try not to participate in political conversations. I get I just feel that I'm always the odd one out. And so over here, this is a space where I can speak about my conservative values. I'm not going to hold you. These executive orders, I feel that a lot of people don't understand them and they're using scare tactics to scare people. They're going extreme. Now we're talking about Donald Trump putting a pause on federal aid. I said a pause. He didn't cancel it. So the Trump administration can review it. To me, that I'm not going to go that deep into it. We're going to have another conversation on another stream on that. Okay. That's what got me in trouble with YouTube in the first place because of my political values. But I just feel that what I don't want to see happen is I don't want President Trump to have to fight every step of the way to be president and to make some of the changes that he needs to make. He's talking about stopping taxes. You know what? I live in California and we pay a lot of taxes out here. And I'm talking about federal taxes, right? State taxes are high too, but it really depends on what you make. And I want to see some of the changes take place. I want to see safer borders. And yes, there are some executive orders. I feel like he has to have executive orders because if he didn't, then there's some things that needed to take place right away. Hey, Chef, how are you doing, friend? We're not going to spend a lot of time. I can't really say a lot of things. So what I'm going to do is this. I am going to watch like everyone else. And when I am able to really break down these executive orders, I will. Right now, I'm just going to watch. And let me tell you something. Our constitutional rights are still our constitutional rights. So the executive orders don't do much to affect that. But again, I feel that people are using a lot of scare tactics to scare people. Everything is so extremely high right now as far as the cost of things. And these executive orders are harsh. We'll talk tomorrow. Well, Chef Outspoken, I think that things have gotten so out of control that some things have to be strong. I mean, we already see what happened. Colombia, did y'all see my video? You probably didn't see my video or whatever. I made a video. Colombia has responded to Donald Trump taking back the migrants. So he threatened tariffs and they responded. So some things have to be harsh. If he's trying to send some people back to where they came from, and he has to throw a tariff out there for them to accept it, then you really can't be upset at some of the stuff that he's trying to do. If you've committed crimes in this country and you're not from here, and he's saying, hey, you guys need to take care of that problem. Some things are going to be harsh, but let me tell you something. I think that you guys have to remember that America voted for Trump, okay? He didn't just win the electoral vote. He won the popular vote as well. And that's because people were tired of the way that things have been going along. And don't get mad at me in y'all chat. I see I'm very careful not to enter people's chats because me, I open up my mouth. Did y'all want to know what I said earlier that made somebody upset? I will tell you. But I'm tired of having to speak so carefully when we can't even have a conversation, because I can't understand you and you can't understand me unless we have a conversation. But I'm really tired of the, oh, you're not black, I'm going to pull your black card. There are a lot of black Republicans. There's a lot of black conservatives. And you know what I mean? So I feel that no matter what political party you're affiliated with, let's talk about the policies and not attack each other. We should be able to have you want to know what made them upset? I'll tell you what made them upset. Too many government agencies being shut down. Most of DC is the government. We'll talk, Chef, I'm going to hold you to that. I would love to speak privately. And I wish that, see, I got to stay out the damn clouds, but I'm in YouTube jail right now. So I've been in some of y'all clouds. And I shouldn't be, because then I see nonsense. And some of that nonsense, just a little bit, I'm going to talk about later after I'm done with these executive orders. But we'll have a private conversation about it, and I will listen. I just hope that you listen to me too. What made them upset? What made them upset is they were talking about taxes and how much taxes we pay. Do you realize that people with certain income pay about 35% of their taxes out? So when you talk to me about paying taxes, I'm not trying to put you down, but all I said was most people get a tax refund, and that's not paying into taxes. And then other people are saying, oh, but I pay taxes because I get money taken out of my check. I write a check. My family, like, we write checks. So all I said, that's what I said. And I wish I would have, I could go, no, I got rid of the comment because it made people sad. So what I said when they were talking about taxes is that when people think of taxes and they're saying, hey, I pay taxes, I pay this and I pay that, all I said was, that's not paying taxes. If you get a refund, is that paying taxes? Do y'all agree? Do y'all disagree with me? I'm not talking about the money that's taken out of your check that's used for Social Security or disability. I'm not talking about earned income credit. At the end of the day, I'm not putting down anybody that gets a refund at all. But what I was saying is that I would love to see federal taxes go. What'll probably happen in California is Governor Newsom will probably raise the state taxes. I don't know, but it is out of control. We pay very high taxes here. That's what I was talking about. And it wasn't meant as a dig towards anybody. But of course, when I say something, then it's taken way extreme. But it's a sensitive subject. Do you guys agree with me about the taxes thing? Was I out of line for saying that? I just hear a lot of people say, I pay taxes. And I'm looking like, if you don't make never mind, because I know that's a sensitive subject. I'm going to leave that alone. But the amount that a person will pay in federal and state taxes, a lot of people don't pay both. And again, I live in California. A lot of people do not pay. They just don't pay both. All right. And I cry when I have to write a check. I could tell you that y'all want to see my taxes. I'm sure. So, Chef, you could tell me if I was wrong. But at least the stream that I was in, I didn't get cursed out. But I could tell you, if it wasn't for that stream, I probably would have. And y'all don't pay both. We do pay both. Federal and state taxes. We sure do. Yeah. Because, yeah, we just do. But it's a touchy subject, you guys. And I think a lot of people are afraid of the executive orders. You don't think I get nervous about stuff, but I understand that things have to be done. People are talking about, I don't even want to touch this one, but affirmative action. Well, I'm going to stay very quiet on that too. I'm going to watch, I'm going to learn more. And then when I am prepared, we will watch, we will talk about it. But you have to remember that we still have our constitutional rights, and that offers a lot of protection. Even if some other stuff, even if some protection is eliminated, we still have a lot of protection. It would be nice to just see this country just operate and it's equal for everyone, as far as we all have a livable wage. We all can have an opportunity to advance our life. Yes, it's going to be harder for some people than it is for other people, but I do feel that there's a lot of opportunities out there. So I am going to. Some people are messaging me to shut up. Okay, okay. Some of you, okay. I'll move along. I'm trying to piss my whatever. I'm not gonna shut up. I'm gonna tell you guys this. I would like to see more people stop demonizing the Republican Party, stop demonizing whatever, and just start looking at the policies and get away from what you are. Because when I seen Jimmy Carter's funeral and you could see the presidents all sitting together laughing and kikiing, why are we fighting amongst each other when they're not? You know, there's no reason for the divide. I told you guys what happened when my family assumed that I voted for Donald Trump. Just assumed. And I didn't speak to them for how long, and I don't feel that we should really have that. I think that our country, what I would like to see is that we're more united, and it's not all of this division, because things are not going to get better that way. So I'm saying, I'm gonna leave that alone, you guys. All right. So that's my thought about that. And as I get closer to being remonetized, then we'll have more of these talks. But right now, I'm not trying to create more enemies. I just feel that these conversations are really important. There's a lot of changes that's happening. There's just a lot of changes that's happening in the country. How you doing, CEO, little boss lady? But please know that I'm just as nervous as everybody else. I'm just as anxious as anybody else. But I still have to live my life. I live in California, a very liberal state, and I'm just tired of it. I'm not going to hold you when it comes to the pronouns and Trump getting rid of the pronouns. I'm happy about that, because I don't see any other country calling themselves binary, them and they and she. I can't with all that. Other than that, hey, how you doing, CEO? Okay, I can't stop what I'm doing to respond to you guys, because y'all want to show your girl support from clouds. But okay, so I'm gonna pause on that conversation. My random thoughts today. You want to hear my random thoughts before I go to bed? I'll tell you. So I was listening in somebody's clouds. All right. As some of the streams is really triggering, and here's why. I'm listening to a lady, and I don't mean to be insensitive. I don't mean to be callous. So I'm going to tread lightly. I was listening to a lady scream and cry online as she's taken in breathing treatments, as she's not feeling well, as she is lying there on treatments. And that was triggering for me. And of course, I was praying as I would pray for anybody else. Okay? Because I'm a praying woman now. But then I hear this person call into a live stream, and the screaming and the crying and stuff like that. Some people are going to sympathize and some are not. Let me tell you something. If I am on my deathbed, if I am crying, if I'm going through all these physical changes, I'm not going to get online and I'm not going to be asking you guys for an apology. I'm going to be sitting there worried about my family and taking care of my health, because YouTube is not worth it. And who cares if people like you on this app or not? That's when you just have to log off and turn it off. And I'm listening to these, and some people were real with this person, like, why are you here? You're at the hospital. And some other people are like, you guys need to be sensitive. I kind of understand both. But when you're in a sector where you know that people are gonna roast and drag you, I have to tell you guys this: everybody's hands are not, no one's hands are clean on this app, right? As far as we all get into arguments, we all do those kind of things. But if I'm sitting there I'm not about to be screaming and hollering and all those kind of things and asking you guys to forgive me and all of that. It's up and it's stuck. I'm gonna have to go to I'm gonna have to go. You can only ask people for forgiveness, right? But you can't make them forgive you. I feel like that's like some inner peace that you have to kind of work out in you. And I was just listening and I'm just like, I wasn't comforted at all. I do support this person and her endeavors, but I just don't think everything is for YouTube. And for me, it was just a bit much. I just feel that more people need to log off. They just do. They just do. It's just going to be a bit much. Now, if somebody's sharing their journey, I can't tell people not to share their journey, but this was really, really triggering. And I don't think she's in a space to where she's going to get the kind of sympathy that she wants to get. And I know for me, when I used to share and I used to come online and do all that stuff, I was in a space where if I was in a different sector or in a different community and I'm talking about my sobriety and I'm talking about the things that I'm going through, then I feel that I would receive more support. But I just happen to end up on the wrong side of YouTube because some people just want to laugh. Some people just want the entertainment and it's just not the space. And I was just like, dang, I'm listening and I wanted to support that person. Number one, I was at work. But I just was triggered with the whole thing. I was just like, it was just for me kind of painful to listen to. And it's kind of my thoughts about that. It just is. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to run while I'm still alive. And I just think more people need to log off. I just do. I mean, sometimes it's like, how much are we going to do for this app? Don't run, Watcher. I think I'm gonna run. See, Watcher, right now, I have to be very, very careful with what I say. I don't know if you're a monetized channel or not, but I had to be very careful. That's why my streams have been really light. But how are you, Watcher? How are you doing? Yeah, some people need to log off and get their lives in order. You are a monetized channel. Okay, so when I was making all of my political videos, I could share this part. And I went a little crazy with Donald Trump because a lot of the spaces that I was going to were mostly talking about Kamala and talking about the Democratic Party. And I felt like I needed to be a voice and have a space where we could speak that have more conservative views. So until I get out of my little YouTube situation, my streams are just going to have to be very light. And that's what they've been like. Because I'm a professional blogger. I need my monetization back. You know, this is time consuming. I'm sharing a lot. I don't mind sharing it, but we want to be in good standing with YouTube. And some of my videos was just like, it wasn't really my views because I share what's happening in the news, but because of how like it's kind of hard to explain. I think it was like too maybe repetitive or something like that. I'm not sure, but I'm working out with YouTube. We'll figure it out, right? So I'm just coming here, talking to you guys, and just sharing some random thoughts, and then I'm getting out of here. Well, because normally, Watcher, I don't go live. I haven't really been live like this since yeah, I don't go live that often. And we'll go back to that once I get my monetization back because I'll be able to post videos and monetize them. So now I just go live. I wish people would look at the bigger picture and read and research for themselves. I would too, Watcher. So I did a poll kind of asking people's thoughts because I hear a lot of criticism when it comes to the Republican Party. And I feel that some people just feel like we're evil. We can't speak out the way you can if you're in a Democratic Party, right? Because people are going to look at you like you're racist. I'm Black. How can I be racist? But I do wish people would research for themselves and make their own decisions. And I wish that when we have these conversations that we can have people from each side that can share and it's not just one-sided. But I do feel that if you're conservative, that you have to censor yourself a lot more, and it shouldn't be that way, right? I wish people would look into the policies themselves, right, Watcher? Okay, so, but Watcher, when can we have our conversation? You want to do it on your channel? You don't censor yourself. There, I know you don't. I've been watching you. And you've pretty much grown on me. You have. At first, I wasn't really sure what to think about you, but I like you. I went back to watch some of your videos, and you don't censor yourself. You don't. So, you guys, I do go back for my. Thank you, Watcher. I go back for my procedure. We're gonna get this medical clearance. That's what's taking so long. I haven't been able to get medically cleared. And if it's the last thing, Saturday, it's got to be my day. I cannot go through this another week because it causes me a lot of anxiety and, your girl want to be healthy. I want to be healthy. I haven't watched any of your old stuff. My old stuff is kind of hard to understand since you haven't really followed me. But a lot of the things, like when I first came out, so I've been, let me see, what is this, 2025? So I've been blogging probably, let's just say 4 years now. So I wasn't that healthy when I first started coming out because I started to share my journey from day zero. So a lot of the things I was coming out saying and doing was just really crazy, meeting all kinds of people and stuff like that. And I was still trying to get sober. So that's what a lot of the old stuff is about. And a lot of things that people like to talk about is when I was trying to get sober and they want to really judge me and criticize me and put me down. But I was very open about my struggles, and these people came to meet me. These people invited me in their life. I'm not saying I'm not accountable for anything. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is a lot of my older videos, it was just chaotic. It was just one storyline after another. I left a lot of it up because I wanted people to see the growth after the years, like 1 year, 2 year, and then 3 years. So I left a lot of those videos up because I'm in a completely different space now, and that feels amazing, and it's just my testimony. I stand by it. Yes, I've been through a lot. Yes, I've done a lot, but you know what? People really do change. And do I prefer people to get to know me for themselves today? Absolutely. But you can't really escape the past when it's on when it was very public, and a lot of things was public. I've been doxxed so many times. My family's been doxxed. It was a lot. I've been through a lot out here, and that's why I'm really careful of my peace and my space. When something stresses me out a lot, I withdraw. I log off. So what I was saying earlier about the lady who, she's been a friend to me. Well, we've battled. She's not well, and she's online, and she's crying and screaming and all that. I was like, I sympathize with her, but a lot of people will use that against her. I choose to share my journey and stuff like that, but you just have to be strong if you're going to do it. I don't know. I'm going to leave that like that. I don't know if I even made sense right there. Hey, Duke and Mally. Hi. I would rather get to know you today and then let you share what you care to. We can't forget where we came from, but we don't have to live there. Absolutely, Watcher. Absolutely. I think the hardest part, is just wanting to fit into society normal. Sometimes I feel a little insecure sometimes. And it's crazy because I never used to feel that way before. But now that I'm more aware of the craziness, things that I would never, ever do today. I think it's just living life now and having to learn things that I didn't really get to experience before, because when you are self-medicating, I don't care if it's drugs, I don't care if it's alcohol, pills, if you're a weedaholic, whatever your thing is, it's like sometimes whether people want to admit it or not, it does give you confidence. It does make you feel like you could do anything, and then you feel numb and you just, so when I stopped doing all of that stuff, then I found out I'm extremely shy I have a lot of social anxiety. There's just a lot of things. I'm an extreme introvert. I always knew I was an introvert. And I am re-entering society. It's not easy. I don't know how to explain that any better than that. It's not easy, but it is what it is. We shouldn't have to live there. We shouldn't live there. Nope, you have to just move on. You have to pick up the pieces and move on, and it's extremely difficult. But if you are truly in recovery, that's what you got to do. It's one thing to be, oh, damn, I don't want to mess this up. One thing to be clean, sober. One thing to be clean, but it's another to be in recovery. Because you can go to jail and be clean. Go to the hospital and get clean. But recovery is making, well, I'm not preaching to you guys, but making a conscious choice to not use and to not do any of the behaviors that you did when you were addicted. Like, even something as simple as, like, I don't know. It's just a lot of the behaviors have to change. I think that's why I'm so careful with I'm so careful when somebody asks me for things when they're in certain situations, because I do know that you have to be able to pick yourself up, and a lot of the work you have to do yourself, and people can't do it for you. I'm going to leave that like that. If you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to leave that there. Having to feel the emotions is tough when you have none for so long. That was one of the hardest parts, Watcher. So, I forgot to drop a link in my chat if you guys wanted one. You don't have to, no one has to have money, but I forgot. I don't have a topic. These are random thoughts. That was one of the hardest things to do. Because a lot of times we don't realize that we're hurting other people. We think that it's just ourselves. We don't really realize how what we're doing affects another person. And sometimes we have pain that we haven't healed from. And that's tough. Because you just think, it's normal, it didn't bother you. And then later you realize these things weren't normal and it does bother you. Which is why I tell people, if I've fallen out with you, I'm not looking for a reconciliation. Okay, I'm not looking for, we're not going to be cool again. All right. I'm surprised with Vegas that we connected again, but somebody pulled on my heartstrings, because if I fall out with you, I'm not looking for that friendship. It's just those doors are closed. I have my boundaries, and I'm not willing to allow people in my space anymore, because I have a lot to offer. And I'm looking for people that I just have a lot to offer, just like you guys have a lot to offer, right? You got to protect your space. You have to protect your peace. But I really am strong on me doing the work. I did the work, and I'm just really careful now. So that's just what it is. But it is tough to have to think like, wow. But that's Miss Parker. Hey, love. I'm just chatting. I'm not talking about really anything at all. I'm just chatting. But it is really hard to be able to say, you know what? Yeah, I made some mistakes, but I'm going to keep going forward, and I'm going to live my life. But that's just what we have to do. And I hear a lot of negative comments. I'm sure content creators, you're going to hear a lot about yourself, right? People are going to judge you all the time. And you're just going to have to know that and keep going. And that's what I do. Like, oh my God, goodness gracious, you guys. When I go to work and I'm doing my day and I'm hanging out with my kids, I'm like, my biggest thing is going to work. Getting my kids to school on time, making sure he eats breakfast and all that kind of stuff, making sure my daughter's good, working, coming home, cooking. That's my day. And I can't believe how life was supposed to be, because I was used to doing so much in a day and all these kind of crazy things, and then everything slowed down. I'm telling you, this is a lot of work. It just is. But the most important thing is not to get bored when you're in recovery. Don't get bored, and just know that the stuff that you used to do just wasn't quite normal. Okay. For me, it was, I don't want to meet people. I want to meet you guys, okay, because we're connected. But before, I couldn't really tell who was for me and who was against me. And I think that's my biggest regret. Some people like to say they don't have any regrets. I have regrets. My biggest regret is not being able to properly vet people. All right. So a lot of people get mad at me because now I keep my circle very, very small. Wait a minute. Did I miss Miss Parker's show today? I thought it was oh my god, Miss Parker. I have to catch her. I'm gonna did I miss your show? I'm sorry. Was it the show that you was talking about, Miss Parker? I'm gonna watch it and I will share it if it's okay for me to share it. Yes, I will make sure that I share that. How did I miss it? I don't know. My apologies, sis, but I will watch it. Hey, Zero, what's good? I just went live. Okay, so the live, isn't it tomorrow? The other one that you're gonna do, Miss Parker? Because I didn't get a notification. I don't know why. But the one that you were going to do. Oh, okay, Miss Parker. I was tripping because I'm like, man, if I say I'm gonna show up and do something, I do show up. So, all right, all right. So that one's tomorrow, 4 o'clock my time, right? I'm gonna be there tomorrow. I have ballroom at 7. It just totally works out. Your girl, well, it's not really ballroom. I'm gonna do West Coast swing tomorrow. The girl's getting ready prayerfully to do a dance competition in July. We'll see if I can get in shape to do it. So we'll see. It'll be televised. You guys can watch it. Just waiting for the rest of my clothes to dry so I can go to sleep in you. Zero, I kid you not. I'm waiting for my clothes to dry. I have to take my state test soon. I got my certification, but now I have to get state certified. So I'm gonna do that tonight. Do some editing and really, really focus on MU. I got some stuff going on, you guys. I have this. I keep talking. I have this medical procedure. I have this. Yeah, no. I've been trying to get this surgery done, and if I don't get cleared this time, I'm gonna be so frustrated because there's nothing like showing up, having to wait hours only for them to send you home and send you with some meds and tell you to come back. It's just I feel very healthy, but some things just I don't know. I'm not like this other one that could share so much with when you're going through it because I know that I've shared a lot. But as far as my health goes, I man, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So I just tell you, just stay on top of it. That's why I can't be on here fighting with y'all and all that kind of stuff because stress causes so much damage to you. And right now, I need to just make sure that I'm okay. So, yeah, so it's rescheduled again for Saturday, and I'm just gonna pray that it gets done. And but that's why I keep posting on my community wall and saying, hey, you know what, we're about to do it. And then like this last time, I was so sure I was within the hour. I was within the hour, and then they're like, nope, can't do it. So I just, I was on meds, so I had to I had to call, my child's father, like, you know what, this ain't happening. And I was so disappointed. So excuse some of these live streams. Just know I'm in quite a bit of pain right now. I don't want you guys to feel bad for me or anything like that. I'm just saying that we all go through stuff on here, and I'll get through it. But Saturday has got to be my day. It's got to be my day. Miss Parker. So what's going on with you guys? Y'all doing all right? I don't know, you guys. Let me change the subject before I start getting sad on you guys. I don't want to be all boohooing on here after I just got through talking about somebody else crying on here. Thank you for the prayers, though. But if you see my community post, that's what I was talking about. It's like, yeah, we're about to get this done. And then, like, nope, it's not happening. I wasn't trying to, we'll do it again. All right. So I'm not really sure which direction I'm going in right now. It is a little hard for me to go live without really knowing what I'm going to talk about that much, because I kind of got used to just doing uploads and not talking to you guys. But I do want you to know this. I appreciate you guys that do support me and that do rock with me, that do get me, that love me despite my political views, despite my past, despite my... Dang, did y'all just hear my dryer? It's done. Despite it scared the crap out of me right now. Oh my god. I just thank you guys for rocking with me and that understand me, because I rock with you guys too. But I'm not gonna hold you. My past, like, even though I've overcome it, I'm still paying for it in some ways, which is one of the reasons why I gotta have this procedure done. But I have to tell you, I'm blessed, because some people go through a 20-year addiction and they have major health problems, dental problems. They don't have their mind. So I feel that because I've overcome a lot, that I have a responsibility to speak about it and to kind of tell people how I got through it. No, it's not my commentary anymore, but sometimes I have to revisit it. Sometimes. Oh, words, no. Hi, all that words. I'm just chatting with you guys. I can't. It scared the crap out of me. Watch her. Now, sometimes I have to revisit it, and yeah, I'll tell you guys this. When it comes to the recovery thing, it is hard sometimes to wonder if you even deserve another chance, and if people, when I meet people in life, like, what if they knew, or should I share with them? Should I tell them? I'm darn sure not touching the dating thing. Oh my goodness, that's a whole different beast. I haven't really decided yet. Like, y'all know we're not dating, never ninja, but oh, I could easily touch that one. Hold on, let me turn off my dryer. It's gonna keep buzzing. That was easy. I'm glad you said that, Miss Parker. Miss Parker, how are you gonna ask me one of my, those are my subjects. All right, let me look at this question. Okay. Talk about how you feel about deportation. Ask your audience to participate with you to gather their opinions. Also, the California fires with you living there. Updates would be great. You hear about the teens that came up with like this fire, like a way to kind of stop the wildfires in California. That would be something, because these houses could have been fireproof, and we're talking about some $1 million homes. Now, what's interesting about these fires was that it hit a lot of the blue areas instead of the wet areas of California, so meaning the inner cities of Los Angeles, because we haven't seen anything like that out here. We're used to the fires in the hills, but not the way they hit Los Angeles like they did. My family, thankfully they were affected, but they didn't lose any homes or anything over there. It was just crazy. So yeah, that's a good idea, Miss Parker. I appreciate that. And as far as the deportation goes, well, y'all seen that I was talking about the Gulf of America. That kind of gives you an idea of how I felt about that. With I see no reason why that shouldn't be changed. As far as the deportation goes, I would love to know how my audience feels about that. I feel that you can't go into any other country and just enter it, and you shouldn't be able to just enter the United States any way that you want to. Now, as far I just said I wasn't doing politics, see, Miss Parker, but as far as taking away, you know, the birthrights and being born here. And then, you know, those things are touchy subjects. So I'm going to hold off on that one. But I do feel that there's so many children that's unaccounted for that comes across the border. And we cannot deny that there are a lot of crimes that have been that's committed. And I just think, okay, we go to another country. Some of these countries have very strict laws that we have to abide by. Look at what happened with the basketball player that had like a little bit of marijuana oil, how much time she had to do. Thankfully, she's home now. But what I'm saying is when you go into a country, you have to follow their rules. You come into the United States, you have to follow our laws. And when he's talking about deportation, he's talking about people that have committed crimes, and the other ones that have not, are they a refugee? Or that they enter illegally. So there's a process, there's a legal process that has to take place. But can we just harbor everyone in the United States? We have citizens here that don't have healthcare. We have citizens here that need housing. The United States needs a lot. And if we're using our resources to help everyone else and some people that's not here, a lot of people that's not here legally, well, there's a problem. And that problem started a while ago. So some people will have to go back. Thankfully, you see what happened with Colombia. Donald Trump said, hey, you're going to have tariffs. What did they do? Okay, we'll take the migrants back. He was trying to send them back. So why should the United States harbor people? And so many people are unaccounted for. I saw a video. There's so many videos you guys can look at where people are F this, F that. They're not here for the United States, and you can't come here and commit a bunch of crimes. You just can't. You shouldn't be able to do that. So I would love to see the border safe. I live in California. I went to the border. I watched it for myself. They were crossing over. Border Patrol did nothing but look the other way, even with their weapons and everything else. And they weren't the most, some of them were, I mean, if you could have seen the people that were crossing, all right? We're not talking about people that was running and trying to escape. I'm just trying to escape for some harm. There was no protection of at the border, none. So a lot of people voted for Trump because they wanted stronger borders. And you could be mad and misunderstood, but misunderstood is not the one that didn't protect the borders. And I am not the only one that voted for Trump. Again, he won the popular vote. That's what I'm saying. Let me move on. I am habitually single by choice. Watcher, that's not really a bad thing because there's so much you could do as a single person. And I'm having fun trying to just take care of MU. And I'm not trying to get dressed up and do all this stuff. It's just a lot. But I get it, Watcher. I get it. Mel Gibson shared some interesting thoughts on CNN. Oh, Miss Parker, I have to watch it tonight. I have to watch it. I am for it. I wouldn't allow strangers to walk in my home and stay. Exactly, Watcher. Exactly. We still friends, y'all. Told you I'm treading lightly. I always look at videos and then bring my thoughts on these situations with my audience family. It always makes these kind of discussions more comfortable to share and hear everyone's thoughts. Miss Parker, that's a great idea. That is a great idea. You should video that because that's good commentary. We actually have videos of that, Miss Parker. That would be good commentary. And now it would be interesting to go back to the border and see what does it look like now. I would love to compare it to when Biden was in office and see if it's the same because it was really horrible. It's a couple hours away from me, but it's well worth the drive. Watch your crazy that gives you time to focus on you. Absolutely. That's what I have to do. I enjoy my peace. That's right, Watcher. When do you go live, Watcher? Are you kind of random? Please share those videos. Miss Parker, I will. I have to make my way down there. I'm not going to hold you guys. You know what? Now I love politics and I love you're very random. Okay. I am too. I just lately started going live a lot once I started talking to Vegas because I'm keeping up with her journey as much as I can. But I'm random. What was I going to say before that? Oh, besides the politics thing. So I'm still trying to find the shelters here in California, not California, Palm Springs. There's one called Shelter from the Storm where they house women from domestic violence situations where they'll actually pick them up and take care of them. Seems to be a pretty comfortable place. I obviously can't film there because so when you guys are filming these places and sharing your journeys, I think you really got to be protective over the other people that's there in those situations because some of them are running for some really horrific things. So here we do have a good program called Shelter of the Storm. So I'm finding a way. I put together some stuff so I can donate to them because I live here. So it'll be pretty awesome. And then I found a couple of rehab places and I was like, you know what? I don't know why people just like talking to me. I thought this was going to be a lot harder, but I'm still so shy. So I've already been talking and interviewing people, but not really places like I have been. But after talking to Vegas girl, and then I started thinking about my friend Aaron and how, you know, he was homeless and stuff like that. I'm like, I have been trying to reach out to the homeless shelters here. And I got to tell you, that is a tough lifestyle. Can I drop Roger's link? Absolutely. Can I drop Roger's link? I got to find it. Hi, Lattimore. Let me try to find it. Is she typing in chat? Oh, I can find it. I would like for you to come. I would like for you to come on that where it is a little more private. Did I miss something? Let's see. With everything that's going on with the border, now it's time to get that coverage. Oh, that's a good idea, Ms. Parker. You can still record your journey with the shelters MU. I should, right? That one is very personal to me, even though I don't have the experience of living in the shelter. Thank God. Prayerfully, that'll never happen. But a lot of the stories are still similar. So please know that I don't feel better than anyone. Like some people like to accuse me of. I don't. I feel a lot of people feel like they're better than me because our struggle is different. I will always have this struggle for the rest of my life. But talking to them, hey, LaKendra, man, if you guys could hear some people's stories, especially when they have kids, it's like you just want to do so much more. Let me drop Watcher's link real fast. I had to do it from my phone. I can't. Oh, sorry. Thank you for the Cash App. I see you. Thank you. Okay, let me go to my stream and drop her link. You guys are trying to connect. All right, I can do that for you. I'm laughing because it's so hard for me to multitask, you guys. My brain. Hold on. I got you. Give me a second. Go to channel. How do I do that? Okay, I got it. Copy link. Then go back to my channel. See, I love when we connect in a healthy way. See how that works? And then, oh, you already subscribed to Ms. Parker. But I'll still put her link in the chat for let's see. Good channel. Whew. It shouldn't be this difficult, but it just is for me. So there's that one. Okay. I appreciate you guys for getting to know me and asking questions for yourself. Okay. I think that's very fair. I don't care what you ask me. If I'm not going to answer something, I just won't answer. But I have no problems having a conversation with you guys. I feel that I'm still building my own tribe and doing my thing because it's just been a lot online, you guys. And so when I'm saying something, I'm saying it out of love. Like when I was speaking about this person earlier who's sharing, she's in a hospital, and I would love to know what she's going through, but all the screaming that she was doing, I understand you're in pain, but I don't understand logging. Okay, let me know. The Just don't think everything is for YouTube if you're in certain sectors. I just feel, I don't know if I would be online asking you guys to forgive me for a bunch of stuff. I'd be more worried about my family forgiving me and my relationship with them. Not, but everybody's different. Some people feel, you know what, I did all this stuff online. I want y'all to forgive me. Honestly, I could have done that when I first got sober. I could have been like, oh, you guys, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know. It's just not worth it. You guys, some people don't care.
Hey, MU.
Hi, love.
So you were saying when I came in, you was like, I don't have anything to talk about. And I do want you to know it's always something to talk about, especially with things you're expressing to us, such as today, Donald Trump is doing the shutdown on federal funding. So it's not sometimes going in the shelter to record, but talking when you donate the clothes, like, hey, can I ask you some questions? Talking to my audience about people in shelters and the stories and not really discussing who's in here. But how do y'all feel about the funding to be shut down? How will this affect the people that y'all care for and different things like that? And with you living in California, the fires, not only the fires, is so much that Trump is focusing on in California. It's not so much political, but the effect that you think what you live in there um all your life, how you feel is going to affect the state of California, and get opinions from your audience and stuff too, because we're not affected, but we would like to hear your opinion, and then we can go off of what, if it's going to happen there, what's going to happen here, type of thing. And also you getting coverage at the border, from what you did a while ago to now. So the before and after kind of thing. So yeah, it's always something to talk about. And I think you got some good topics to discuss over with your people.
I appreciate that, Miss Parker. I love the ideas. That sounds awesome, and it's interesting because the it's not just the fires. It's the that's one thing. That's California. I live in a desert. When it's when it rains, there's so much fuel for fire, right? Because of vegetation and the shrubs and things like that. And some of them are started, right? But the insurance company's not paying out, not wanting to pay out, and these people losing their homes. And I'm like, that is really tragic. And some people say, I mean, a lot of people lost their homes. A lot of celebrities talked about it. Some people don't care, saying, oh, they're rich, but it's losing a home is losing a home. All right. So that's a whole thing in itself. And it's just crazy. It is absolutely insane. And the borders, like you were saying, I mean, to see it is, there's just no words. There's no words.
And I get that. And the would it be in the fires, and discussing the insurance and how many families are going to be affected by the insurance companies claiming we can't help you. You know what I'm saying? So those are good conversations, and especially tapping in with your community and stuff like that about these conversations, because um you do the dance class, so getting people's opinions on the outside, not just the inside. And our conversations don't always have to be about our addiction and our journey. Every once in a while touch on that when it's really affecting you, or you feel like it, because sometimes that can set us back to just constantly reminding ourselves, instead of looking at the brighter days of your journey. You made it, you still making it, and let's just stick with that. But other than that, I just think you got some good conversations that you can have that will enlighten the situation on what's happening in California. And I like when people focus on their state and their community to let us know, just in case something like that happens here. And sometimes I gotta go outside the home and talk to people about violence and things like that's happening here, such as, we advocate with the Shanquilla Robinson family. So I make sure I attend everything, the news conferences and stuff like that. So it won't be any narratives pushed. They can hear it straight from the source, and that's coverage, that's commentary.
You still follow whatever happened with her? Did they made an arrest, right?
They didn't make an arrest. Currently, we're trying to get everybody served for the civil suit. We had an update with that like a few weeks ago. With Winter Donovan getting served. And there's two more left. So we're trying to get just trying to keep up with that and to hopefully get everybody in court, and we're going to be following it. We're going to be in the courthouse and sharing coverage and coming to get the audience. Again, we want audience participation because you got people around the world that's watching this, like my daughters, and my daughters out there. I've talked to you when I came to California, so just keeping updates with the air. They saying the air is getting bad out there where the fires are, left so much hazardous poison in the air. So that's covered.
Yeah, I mean, the fire. There's nothing like it out here. If you guys, some of you know, but you're right, the air gets bad, and yeah, this last one, what was crazy is that we couldn't contain it because we didn't have enough water pressure. So we couldn't get the water in the fire hydrants. It was the saddest thing out here, so surreal. Right, Ron? It was just I'm telling you, you hear about fires in California all the time, but seeing it in inner cities like that, shutting down the freeways and these people having to run, it's just crazy. And I'm like, damn, all of this stuff could have been prevented. It could have been prevented. When it's in the hills, it is harder to fight. And at nighttime, the firefighters aren't going up there like that. But in the inner city like that, I'm like, why wasn't there any damn water pressure? You know that this is going to happen.
Yeah.
The Santa Ana winds blow every year. I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But this was insane, especially for how many fires was going on at one time and how long it took to contain it. It was just crazy.
And I see LaKendra, and that's what I'm saying with you going on late night like this and stuff like that for those third shifters and people like Miss LaKendra that just came in the chat and like I'm from there and stuff. That's why I said you got good conversation that you could start, and if you want me to come up here sometimes and stuff, I will. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's a lot of stuff, and y'all might not feel affected at this moment, but once something's in the air, it can travel. So I just want the people in California to be safe. You be safe, and that's why I say keep us updated on the precautions that they're taking, the people are taking out there in California to stay safe with the air itself. So yeah.
Thank you for that, Miss Parker. And it's crazy. I want to drive there. Right now, I'm prepping for surgery, so I ain't driving anywhere. I gotta stay.
Yeah.
But I do. Hopefully, after Saturday, I'll be back up on my feet because I do want to go out. I used to go out and film all the time, and you give me some really good ideas. But I would love to show you guys firsthand what was happening in Los Angeles and the areas that was affected, and why. And I'm telling you, it's not just the fires. Kind of what LaKendra was saying, there's a lot more than what meets the eye there. And I'm wondering about the insurance companies that how do you just not pay out? Now they're trying to say, because people get renter's insurance, but now you have to specifically have had fire insurance. It's just one thing after another.
Yeah. And that's kind of going with what I said earlier. Watcher came over there and watched, and I appreciate the support. And thank you for dropping my link, and I appreciate Watcher for coming over there. Salute to Ron P and Miss LaKendra and everybody in the chat. But that is something that America needs to pay attention to. It's time to wake up, and it's time to get action to see why isn't anybody being held accountable for these fires that's taking lives, that thousands and thousands of people have lost their home. What's the process in searching for these people that has caused these things, and getting in touch with stuff like that. But MU, it's always nice coming over here to kick it with you and chat with your people. You got some cool peoples in the chat, and I appreciate you.
Anytime, Ms. Parker. Thank you for coming up.
You're welcome.
That's Miss I always trip out when I get bigger on the screen. That's Miss Parker for you guys. Oh, thank you guys for the ideas. My nerves are a little bad right now, so I don't know, you guys. My nerves are bad, so I'm trying to maintain. I have a few more days. I have a few more days. I would have loved to share this journey with you guys as far as this procedure go and the surgery, but again, I don't feel that I'm in the space for that. Just know that sometimes you got to put your health first. Sometimes you got to log off. All right, so even though I do share a little bit with you guys, just know that this has to do with I kind of already told you guys. It's just some things, even though I look all right on the outside, but there is a lot of damage that has been done. And I'm just trying to continue to work on my health, keep my stress low, and just do my thing. And I'm just going to pray that everything is all right. That's what I'm going to do. Things are really stressful right now. I've been trying to be very mindful over people, which is why I haven't really gotten into the political thing, which I haven't really touched on things happening in the sector. I really haven't been doing anything but coming on live, turning on the stream and saying hi to you guys. All right. Yes, I'm following. I've had, Vegas likes to hit my link a lot. But again, I don't want anybody to feel that they can't hit my link because she hits my link. She's sharing a part of her journey. But you know what? Everybody has a story and everybody's going through something. I'm going through my own thing. And that's just what it is. But I do appreciate being able to connect with you guys. And that's what I'm going to say. I'm really not going to stay here long. I'm starting to not feel well again. But I do thank you guys for hanging out with me. And yeah, I'm starting to feel a little like I need to lie down. Like Kendra said, everything we go through in life sometimes just isn't for everybody to know. It's not. And man, I'm still triggered by that stream this morning on Shelly's. Oh God, I was triggered by it. I'm not gonna lie, you guys probably don't know who she is, but I'm watching that stream and I don't like to hear people in pain. And I just feel that as I'm listening to someone, I'm trying to make myself clear without sounding insensitive. My heart goes out to this person, but I guess it was the crying for people on YouTube to forgive me. And I'm like, no, who cares? You can't make people forgive you, right? All you can do is you can offer an apology and then you let God do the rest, right? I think that's something that I had to learn. It's like, you know what? This is who I am. If I've hurt anyone, you know what? I'm sorry, but I still feel a lot of hurt from things. So I can't really, it's not even about me. I think that some things it's just better. Your family needs you. And these people online, a lot of people don't care about you. Yes, you will find some good people, but for the most part, people don't care. And when you're having a back and forth, you know what's most important when you are not feeling well is to deal with your health. And then later, but I can't tell people what to do. It's everybody has their own journey. But if you're truly sorry, like for me, it's like, okay, a lot of things I am sorry for, so I don't do those things again. Right? I hurt a lot of people. When I was using. I hurt a lot of people when there's a lot of things, so you can apologize, but the wrong thing to do is expect the other person to accept it or want you back in their life. You have to let them heal first. They have to know that you're not going to do the same things, and you just have to offer it, change your behavior, and move on. That's all you could do. With that being said, no, I'm not going to go into that right now because it's not going to make sense. So I'm not going to tell the story. But what I'm saying is when people do reach out to me for help, I'll help them by support, maybe send some stuff, some products and stuff like that. But I'm really careful because I can't enable you, and everybody has their own fight. I'm gonna leave it like that, y'all. I'm gonna run because I'm not making sense right now, and that's just because my pain medicine is starting to wear off and I'm starting to hurt. So I love you guys. Ron, it was good seeing you. Watcher, Miss Parker, thank you for coming up. I gotta lay down, you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for hanging out. Bye-bye.